I desire. And they want me to apologize. I'm not going to apologize for my desires. I am not sorry. Say my wife deserves better. She has joined the ranks of the oppressed. She marches her self-pity around like a peacock, like a pea-brained peacock. And now that she doesn't depend on me anymore, she has her army of crusaders to make her feel better about herself. They all marched for me once. All of them. I was real. But one wrong word, one miscue, and they turn on you. And they will bury you alive. It's the human parts of us that they now perceive as monstrous. And they preach humility. They want their enemies on the ground begging for mercy. Annihilated, erased. I put it all on the line. My wealth, my name, my family. I fought. For what? Reality. Reality is under assault. It is finished. Hey! Happy Saturday night. No, it's Friday. It's Wednesday night. What the hell am I talking about? How y'all doing? Who's here? Narcs. Here you are, buddy. Yeah, I just wanted to see that. I haven't seen that clip in a very long time. Very profound, isn't it? After this last election. Very profound indeed. Who's here tonight? We got Magna Foxy. Talking in a long time. And McHugh, good to see you. B Music. Gay Baby 8. We take all kinds. Lightning Bolt is here. Milo Hebert. Owen Snope. Red First YT. Nice. Nice. Willie Spear. Oh, Willie, I wish you were a COD scene, but they don't have the balls to write shit like that. Yeah, they're in that. This was written about that. This is about that loss of masculinity in most things. But just making your voice sound rough doesn't mean it's the Jimmy Kimmel shit. Yeah. Anyways, Anthony Constant, how you doing? I'm great. Hey, Marwin, how the fuck are you? Stone Baloney's here. Cavicus, good to see you. Yeah, I hear it's pretty good. I got somebody, my agent, my Comic-Con agent, sent me a bunch of pictures from. I haven't seen it yet, so I hear it's pretty good. It's VHS Beyond. Our segment is called Stork. It's fun. I'm covered in blood through most of it. It's just kind of fun. Hey, Nathan Famous, but I hear it's pretty good. Nightmare Magnifoxy. Crazy Gaming 1. Yeah, it's going to be around for a while. I get a few jobs that are going to require it. I need to trim it, though. It's getting a little messy. Let's see. Scare off like a rat in the floor when I got shenanigans to do. Then go do your shenanigans, man. Go shenanigan away. Life is good. My reaction, I'm happy about it. I like the result. I really hope that it's already turned into more lies like this. The things that are being said about it, I'm happy about it. I think it's a good thing. I think having Elon, anytime you have Elon Musk, RFK, and a lot of the guys that he's pulling out of the, it's just he's got a lot of strong personalities in there. The guy who's the board czar there, Hellman, what a rock star he is. So I think there's going to be a lot of controversy because this is not going to be the people who are emotionally attached to what was aren't going to let go easily. I don't know what to expect, but I voted for Trump and I've been a supporter for a while, so that's what I'm thinking. The champ is here. Hey Vargas, how you doing? Thanks, Tony. Glad you do. Yeah, but Martin, you've turned into a rock star, so take all the credit. All I did was show up and answer questions, so it's all your hard work, my friend. It's all your hard work. Yeah, he's talking about a film called A Pity, and I doubt it's ever going to see the light of day. They're just not moving it. It may, I don't know, but right now there's no plan for it, so that is gone forever. Yeah, I'm not sure what's happening in Pennsylvania. I'm seeing reports of impropriety with voting tabulations in Pennsylvania and New Jersey. And then there's the big question, what happened to that 20 million votes? Because Biden got 81 million votes, and what happened to those 20 million voters? There's some questions that need to be answered. You got in a fight with some Ford. What are you guys fighting over? Because he's different, man. The new Woods he's just it's just a different Woods. It's unfortunate that they're trying to mimic the voice and the attitude, but they should just let the guy just build a whole new character because he's trying to imitate this, and then it's just tough on him. I'm sure he's a nice guy. I never met him, but I'm sure he's a nice guy. Yeah. Hey, Death Base, how you doing? Bean, the Beanster. Shilio's here. Shim, I haven't looked at the game yet. Maybe if I get some downtime, I'll take a look. I am really curious as to see if he's improved on his performance at all. See if he's done any homework, if he understands a little deeper where the who knows, or how the director. I'm just curious about a lot of things. But the game's different. The game is primarily about the war zone anyway, still, right? So that's the campaign. For me, it's always been about zombies anyways, but the campaign is losing ground. But Milo, that's always been the case. And here's something. Remember this. I did a quick cruise this afternoon through Instagram, and I don't do TikTok because it's they're doing things with TikTok that bother me. Anyways, it's just most of the stuff I'm seeing is fake. It's all performance. It's all to get attention. I agree with you, but it's all deliberate. It's not. You can tell bad acting when you see it. Yeah, it's easy to spot bad acting, and it's really easy to see when things are set up. Tell by the camera angle. You tell by the. Sometimes there's multiple tracks on the ground where they walk or drive. A lot of it is set up for because people make a business out of becoming viral. So just be very much aware that most of the shit you're going to see especially about the election, is going to be a lie. And if you're not listening to both sides of the spectrum, all you're going to hear is that that Republicans are evil and the world is a victim. And just do your homework, listen, investigate. Don't just take other word. Don't take my word for it. Take no one's word. Just read, study, look at a whole bunch of angles at once, and then make a decision. I'm glad you did. Good. I don't care who you voted for, but I'm glad you voted. Yes, you are. Where am I from? Born and raised Western Massachusetts. Yeah. Hey, Landon, how you doing, buddy? Shogun, good to see you. Well, Dax, that's because this stuff. The advice, if it works for you, it's because you already know it. It lives inside of you already. So all I do is just shine a light on it for you to notice it. Oh, you saw it? Yeah, I hear it's pretty good. I rarely watch when I'm in, and I may have to watch it. I hear good things about it. Yeah, I saw that because the Republican won, right? But now they're trying. It's going to get crazy, man. Colton Gerber, how you doing, man? I'm sure. Look at some point, that will become the standard. You like when you lower your standards, right? That'll become your new standard. And that'll become what's familiar. Somebody who's never seen Black Ops 1, 2, or 4, anything else will see that. Oh, that is Woods, and then if they discover me, oh, that's interesting. So it's like hearing somebody play a record of a song from the 60s. Oh, and then you hear the original. Oh, that's different. So that's what happens. Edward, how you doing? Rare earth elements. We need them. China's got them. Tea tonight, baby. Teeth, a tea night. Thank you. I just bought these. I got these. Well, I mean, yeah, it's tough because he's a much different human being. His choices are going to be different because he's a different person. And when you have an expectation of a role and then someone doesn't meet the expectation, like our conversation before, Marwin, like you can't criticize somebody for not liking something. That's why politics are so fucked up in our country. Like if we disagree, then one of us has to be wrong. But no, if the audience is not happy with something, then they have the right, because they're the one paying the money, and that's why you got to. I think it's really important just to accept that and move through it. I accept some people do not groove on what I do. That's fine. Oh, Milo, I could not agree more. I could not agree more. It's like that is just a fact of life for me now. Yeah, I've been using those, man. One's a Martin, the other's my Gibson. Sweet. Meow. There it is. It does have a zombies vibe. But that creature that was a real puppet that was in the room. That wasn't CGI, that big creature there. There was three puppeteers running that. They're up in the ceiling. We shot this really cool haunted house too. It was a really fun shoot. Yeah, it's just it's like when you watch, it's like the touring show of a Broadway musical. You know what it is, you know. You voted for Grandpa? Yeah. I talked to Darwin this week. He's doing great. I'm working on the house, the ranch. We did a walkthrough on the ranch. Did a Zoom on the ranch. It's beautiful. He's got a big lake right in front of his house. Yeah, he's very happy. But he's got to get moved in, man. Winter's coming, South Dakota. Glad to hear it. Well, Woods has been smoking from day one, and Woods is old in Black Ops too. So yeah, he's gonna age up. Of course it is. I mean, but I don't know. It's so hard. It depends on which news channel you listen to. You know, if you listen to Rachel Maddow, Trump is not. You know, if you listen to it depends on who you listen to. You know, and at the end of the day, you got to sit down and either take the defeat or not. You know, but it really is a fight for the soul of the nation. At least now, there gets to be a different perspective talked about, you know. Who knows? I don't know, man. The future is so far away right now. I'm curious what they're going to do if they redo Black Ops 2. I wonder what they would do with that. Is that what it is? Yeah. Well, I think that's by design. I think there's a lot going on behind the scenes in the video game world and movies and television. Hollywood is inundated with a lot of influence because once you have the money, you have the power, and so we'll give you money, but you need to have this. You can't release in our country unless you do this for us. And there's a lot of that happening right now. So you're going to see it'll get more and more watered down and more less and less about real things that are tangible, more in the fantasy realms, you know. Well, I hope it's not real next year. I hope we don't have an invasion of swarming attack drones. No. Oh, I'm honored being put in that category. Yeah. But that's the thing. When you go to see a Beatles cover band and they're good, you know exactly, you hear the Beatles because it sounds like them. You know that, and that's the beauty of Woods. Like it's such a strong character. They decided to actually have it, you know, become imitated. So that's a kind of proud of that. This kind of like a compliment. Well, it would have been different, you know, because different people are going to make different decisions on what happens in that scene. Like you bring who you are as a human being into the scene, you know. And that's just going to be different for other people. Hey, Red Leader. All right, Bean, thanks. Yeah. I think most of us are like this because you only get to see the worst of both sides. That's all they show you. They show you the crazies. I know a lot of my friends who are Democrat, we don't argue about this shit. We can talk about it. We can just shut up and accept each other, have a different point of view. But I think most Republicans are in the same mindset I am. You know, we don't want to take over the world. We just want we want manufacturing returned to this country. We want what's called the flyover states to have a say. We want to have businesses built here. We want to protect our business, protect our shores. You know, if we're spending billions of dollars to feed and house people who aren't belong here, then we should at least spend it on our veterans. You know, things like this are not these are not arguable. And I'm happy where we're at. I think most people who are voted this way are very, very reasonable and aren't out to, like, you know, I don't know. It gets painted with a very bad color. You know, I'm not a Nazi, and I'm not a fucking fascist, and I'm not anti-democracy. It's like, come on. Hey, Vince, how you doing? Cabicus. Hey, Cabicus. You okay, brother? Well, Corbin, I think, like I said, many of these, and I think 80% are fake, are designed to go viral or create some kind of viral effect. That's what I'm trying to say. Be careful of that, you know. Dar's living a great life. Chicken says, yeah, that was the dog who I hung out with. That was the ranch. That was the farm out near Wisconsin. We shot a movie out there, and that's Brandy. That's my little buddy. She's such a great dog. Hey, Josephine, how you doing? Hey, Western Games, how you doing? Yes, he is old. He is old. Played hockey today, though. Old man was playing hockey today. Felt good. My knees are getting strong. I like it. Brock Fuller. Yeah, with the beard and the hat and the hair, you know. Yeah. Did not meet Roger Clark. No. Well, I mean, it's also about you want to drive prices down, lower energy costs. That's the bottom line. You know, the cheaper energy is, the cheaper everything becomes, because down the line we use energy, and I'm just hoping the conversation changes. You know, there's a lot of bitterness about that war, you know, and we fucked up. You know, the military was not allowed to fight the war. It became a political thing. You know, I think if you go to war, let your army go to war. Don't put restraints on it. Let them go finish their job. Let the guys fight. Don't have them. Well, you got to wait till they shoot you before you can shoot back. Just let them go. And I think that would have been a much different outcome. But we left a lot of people there that, you know, just like Afghanistan. I think hopefully, I got a feeling our new government is going to have a much more realistic and much more restrained use of our military forces. Like, you know, let Europe take care of itself. They got plenty of money. They can take care of themselves. I mean, Germany is paying Russia billions of dollars for gas and oil. Let them take care of themselves. We can help, but at the same time, let's not expend human resource and capital for these nation-building ideas. I just think and if they do go to war, let them go to war. You know, that's my unfettered opinion. No, that was me. Yeah, it was this cigar. It was these. These are backwoods. I shot using these on set. You see, there's this is me. This was like, it wasn't a cigarette. It was a cigar made for cigarette. Hey, Gunter. Thanks, man. Appreciate that. I'm not sure what I'm legendary for, but I appreciate that. All right, music, get out of here. Good talking to you. It's a quickie. We're going to be about an hour tonight. You know. Yeah, you can't call half the country deplorable. Yeah, just calling people garbage, calling people deplorable, calling people insulting us because we want, the things we want are not unreasonable, So that's what happened. PS3 and PS4 is up in storage right now. Probably never come back down. Yeah, I mean, again, we only see the worst of each other on the news. It depends what news you're watching. It's like finding a medium, a middle voice is really difficult. You can put me in that group. Sure. I'll gladly go in that group. Yeah, that fight, I don't know, man. I don't know Jake Paul as a fighter. I know he's serious. He's won a few fights. I don't really follow him that much on YouTube. But, man, getting in the ring with Mike Tyson, I don't care how the fuck old Mike Tyson is. I remember watching him even in his prime. I don't care who you were. I think Mike Tyson is in his prime. Nobody could have beaten him in his prime when he was like 24, 25. There's some fights where it's just like, good Lord, just vicious, And so he looks like he's in great shape. He's been training for a year. I don't know, man. I don't know about Jake Paul as a fighter, so I can't comment on that. But, Tyson all the way. Fucking no, I'd have to shoot him. No, Tyson. No, Tyson all the way. That's the thing. It's like it's just insulting half the country constantly is not gonna, and all this and using and it's so obvious what happened in New York State with the law. But everybody, if you couldn't see what they were doing with all the legal stuff, it's pretty obvious. Like, all right, these guys are a little over the edge, right? I don't know about that. Again, I don't know a lot about him as a fighter or is he a YouTube guy? I don't know anything about him, but he's got. I tell you what, he's either very, very brave or he's either he's really confident and he's really good, or he's delusional. Either one. But this is going to be a fight to see. He could be really good. I don't know. I live in California. All right, Baloney, get out of here. Stop fighting with people. It's not necessary. Just walk away, dude. Just if you can walk away, do so. Nobody wins in a fight on the street. Nobody wins. Just avoid it. Your ego is intact. And if you can walk away, walk away. Words don't mean. Words are powerless. Yeah, but Landon, in all honesty, that it's still entertainment. A fight is entertainment, and entertainment needs to be publicized. You need to create interest in it. He needs to draw attention. So he's probably good. I mean, I'm sure Mike Tyson's gonna make a pretty penny off of this too. I can't imagine him fighting or putting the work in to go into the ring. Because the guy's he's a pro. So for him to give up retirement and get in shape, man, it's been taking me 2 years to get back on the ice. 2 freaking years, and I'm just starting to feel okay. So I can imagine what it's like trying to do something and fighting a guy with half your age. So I don't know. I haven't talked to Slasher in a while. Maybe we'll talk before Christmas. I don't know. Brother, I have not seen it. I have not played it. Yeah, Shogun, ask a question. Shoot. because we got another 30 minutes here. Yeah. Yeah, but remember, 60. This is not the 60 of the generation before. 60, like, you know, people in their 50s are kind of flying. Yager played hockey till it's 45. Tom Brady was playing football until he's 40. Tyson is just, when you see him throw punches, it's terrifying. Like, you ever hit me, you'd probably kill me. Anyways, yeah, it is crazy, but I don't know. I think if Jake Paul gets past the first 3 rounds, he's probably gonna have a good shot at beating him. But getting through those first 3 rounds, good luck. I don't know. I don't know if he's ever fought anybody with that. I don't know. A little bit I've seen of Tyson training, it's like pretty impressive. Never left, man. I'm not the fucking Onion. That's the other guy. Zack Snyder in the house. What are my plans for 2025? Not sure yet. Working on that. Working on that right now. In fact, that is what this whole setup is. I'm trying to figure out what I want to happen in 2025. Good. I'm glad because you paid good money for it. I hope you love it. I want you guys to love it because you paid good money for that. Hey, Rick Toven, how you doing? Kamar and I were really good friends. Kamar was an important part of my life. We often talked business. We often talked life. We talked about manhood. He was the most regal man I've ever met, and he was a dear friend. He is missed. His anniversary is coming up. His birthday was last week, but yeah. Kamar De La Reyes, I traveled with him. We went to Afghanistan together. We've been all over the world together, and he was just he was a magnificent individual, and I aspire to emulate some of his qualities because he was a special man and very talented too. I'm making movies mostly. I just finished a movie, 2 movies. Actually, I did 2 in a row, and that's my first week off in about 6 weeks, and it's nice. I'm actually recording music right now. Probably will be doing that for the next few weeks. There's a couple of acting jobs. Voice acting, it's when it comes to me. I don't really do a lot of it. That's not really my forte. Woods was more of a live performance thing for me. So yeah. I have not. I don't really watch a lot of TV, television, or I just don't. I'm busy most of the time. I do watch movies if I'm researching something or I want to figure something out, or I just been watching a lot of Tom Hardy movies now. He's such a great actor, and so no, I haven't watched The Penguin yet. Hamburger. I'm working on it. I have one in the back of my mind, but we'll see how quickly it comes together. That I really need to look at Black Ops 6 so I can get an idea what to write about. So if it's coming, it'll come soon. Try to get it up before the holidays. Crazy Skate, dude. How you doing, man? Been great. Been working. I did like 4 movies this year. I think I have a Christmas movie coming out. I haven't heard yet, but I think it's coming out. Yeah, that's the heartache. He just landed the role of a dream role for him. He always wanted to be and he was just killing it too. And that makes the tragedy even worse. I think Warzone Santa I will post that song again. It's a fun song. It deserves to be out there. And yeah, we'll see. He doesn't. He doesn't. Will I Burns think about it? I oscillate between the reality that I don't know. I think if you are advanced enough to get here, then the shit we're dealing with is so like imagine ants, right? And we had the ability to fly across countries. Ants have no idea, so if they exist, I got a feeling that they want nothing to do with us right now, because yeah, I don't know. I don't really have. I kind of want it to be true. I want it to be true, so I got to be careful. But I've seen there's no true evidence of it. Everything you see online is fucking fake and manufactured, I think. Yes, it was. Yes, it was. I don't think there is. I think you have to. I think the Epoch News is good. EPOCH. They're good. 1881. I mean, 1441 is a great. Just facts. They report information. They don't report their opinions about what happened. A dam broke. This. So that's a good one. But it really takes. You have to know what upsets you about like these channels. They don't say, like CNN. They say, look, we are a left-leaning organization. Here's our opinion. So I could go to them. But when they try to demand that they are reporting the truth as it is, no, they're biased. So say you're biased, report your stuff, and we'll go to you to hear your version of your opinion of what's happening. And the same thing with Fox News. They're biased. They have an opinion. So as long as both sides stop saying, fair and balanced news, no, you're not. You're not fucking fair and balanced. You're supporting an ideology. So if you know that, listen to both, and sort of extrapolate the information, and then try to not agree with the insults that are thrown at you. You're not the things they're calling you, and then really try to think logically about, okay, if there's going to be a conversation about things, like the border. No, we're not against immigration. We're against having criminals not having a controlled border. So we can't separate who the good people and the dangerous people are. We can't separate them unless we stop everybody. It's like at the airport, right? We all got to stop, raise your hands. We all got to stop because we don't know who's carrying the bomb. So everybody has to stop. It doesn't bother anybody to do that. So why is the border not given the same respect? And then you had the element of cartels and things. So that's just one thing where there's a common sense conversation, but to say we want the border open is insanity, So dig in, listen to both, and try to find facts, things that both sides have in common, and then bring that to the middle and make a decision for yourself. Yeah, well, that's true. All my boys at Treyarch, it's a whole new generation. It's a whole new game. And I wish them the best of luck. Yeah, that's the thing. They're serving an audience. They want people to come back and get their dose. It's like a drug dealer, We hate Trumpers. We hate Pelosi. Whatever it is, they're going to get you to come back for the confirmation bias. I agree. As a human being, it's impossible to be unbiased, but you can be aware of your bias and say, okay, listen, I know I lean towards the right, so I got to be extra careful not to jump too quickly when something negative comes about the other side. That's our job as adults, you know. Because I wasn't in Cold War either. I don't know, man. That's way above my pay grade. I have no idea why they hire somebody to imitate me. I have no idea. Sam and I are not friends. Sam and I were never on set together. He just came in. It was Emerson Brooks and Jeremy Dunn who were the actors on set with me. Yeah. Yeah, well, that's suspect, right? Why would you do that? What is the point of doing that? Why would you? What is the benefit of letting 10, 11, 12 million people over the border and not knowing who they are and what they're going to bring to the country? And that, again, you got to, what is that? Why would you do that? Why would they do that? Who does that benefit? What plan does that benefit? I don't think Sean Ryan, I'm a lightweight. Sean Ryan is like, he is one of my go-to guys for news. Like, I just trust that guy, you know, because I just trust what he says, and I trust his opinions, you know. In your opinion, voice acting or performance, which one do you think is better? It depends, man. It's always better to be in a room with a human being doing stuff because it creates phenomenon. But I've also seen great voice actors do the same thing in a booth. There are things you can do with animation that you can't do for real because it's just impossible. So they both have their value, you know. Colton, we never met. They brought them on to do voices after the fact. I don't know. I don't know. I can't, again, there's no way to know that. I don't think there's some grand conspiracy. I don't know. I have no idea. I don't spend a lot. The only time I think about it is when I talk to you fuckers. I loved zombies. I loved Outbreak. It's the only thing I ever played was Outbreak. I tried Warzone. A few of the guys came on, kept me alive for a while, but I wasn't very good. But I love playing zombies. Loved it. I won't do it anymore. I can't spend the time, but you know. Good question. Yeah. Thank you, Em. Thank you. We're almost like family now. That's something my niece would say to me. I said, no, we're so close. You can actually. Yeah, Thornton. Here's the thing. Sometimes it's good getting a fresh start, but there's a lot of information that was left untapped, in my opinion, it's unfortunate. Is it Yao Paz Barreto? Good evening. Yeah, again, I haven't bought the game. I need to. If I do, I need to probably upgrade my PlayStation, and I just don't have the energy to do that right now. Well, actually, yeah, I wrote a lot of that. They brought us in to help with a few things, and Dave and I were trying to find a way to unify the universe. There's so many problems with the production that we never got to do half the things that we wanted to do. But I had a good idea. I had an idea of how to conform the whole Black Ops universe but it would have required a lot more time and money than they had. All right. Pete Hegseth, if you ever listen to him, he was on the Sean Ryan show. This guy is just brilliant. This is what you call a poet warrior. This is a scholar warrior. This guy is bright. He's got a great, he understands where we are. When I listen to him, I really feel like, okay, I listened to him in a couple of interviews, and this is a good man for the job. Trump's doing well. I like who he's. I'm not so crazy about Secretary of State. I wanted Tulsi Gabbard for that. I think she would have been better. But I mean, again, who am I to second guess anybody? That happens, man. Master Sergeant. Hey. Woo. That's the T. Ah, my Swedish friend, how are you? Good to see you, Ikea Island. No, we're gonna get a song. I'm trying to get a Christmas song together. I'm working on one. I'm working on it. I got to sit down and figure out. Usually I do a ton of research and I figure out what is the best thing to write about. Warzone Santa was just too much fun last year with the suit, but Santa may make a return because I got the white beard, right? So Santa might make a return. Hey, Cheese. Yeah, people are, I mean, I had a conversation, people are crying about it and upset about it because I think, everybody wants to see themselves in power. So a lot of folks want to see a woman. A lot of folks want to see a woman of color. A lot of people they want to see themselves in power. And when that doesn't happen, they get upset. And also, when you start listening to all the horrible, like how horrible those other people are, and all you see are the worst possible scenarios, and you're told that, we're in a dystopian America, like, then we just leave that? Wasn't that COVID? Weren't you locked in your homes for COVID? Weren't you fired and kicked out of stores for not wearing a mask or not taking an injection of an untested usually it takes 10 years, a vaccine that was untested? Isn't that anyway? So remember, we always blame other people for what's going on in our own head. That's kind of a rule of thumb. It's called projection. Oh, I loved Outbreak because I could run away. It was such a big map. I figured out how to run away and regroup and slow. I slowed the game down. And the individual I was playing with a lot, we really figured out some tactics that were really, really fun. So that was, I loved Outbreak. Was there a story? I don't know if there was a story or not. That story never seemed to happen. I guess it sucks. I don't really look at it that way. I just look at it as it's something else, and now someone else gets to play. There you go. I didn't work with Gary at all. There had been a lot of changes. A lot of people had to move on because these are exhausting things to make. Yeah, so there are a lot of changes. Yeah, they changed a lot of things. There's a lot of stuff that's changed. There's a lot of language they would never use that we got to use because they need to be globally correct. Not just politically, but they got to make sure that this plays in China, this plays in India. They got to make sure not to alienate anybody. So they're trying to have as generic stories as they can, Yeah, man, politics are fine. Look at we got to learn to talk about this stuff without having to shut down and see. Look, we can talk politics and still not hate each other. We can disagree on policy and still not hate each other. In fact, we can be friends and have a conversation about. It's like talking about football teams. So who's your favorite basketball player? Who's your favorite football player? We can have these conversations and not hate each other. So so I disagree, Barreto. Let's talk about it. Well, let's talk about it so we don't have to annihilate each other, you know? It doesn't matter. All discussions are necessary. It's what you do with it. So I really ask you to loosen the grip on that shit. And like, hey, we can talk. We need to talk about this. We need to see that we are pretty much the same people. And maybe it's just a matter of language. We use different words, but we all want pretty much the same stuff. You know, how you get there, the policy, the procedure is where we need to have the conversation. How do we do this? You know, Chosen One, how you doing? Search and destroy Santa. Not a bad idea. You're like, yeah, I love Warzone Santa. Hey, Kara, I was a hockey coach. I still play hockey. I coached for 20 years. I built a hockey program in New York City. I had a hockey camp in Quebec. I had one in Mexico City. I had a residential training center. I coached quite a bit, yeah. I think you would work well as for Rogue Black Ops, who has Woods as the operator. Yeah, it would have been fun, yeah. Oh, I definitely remember that moment. And it was so confusing because, again, I'm more pissed at the media for not shooting us straight. And yeah, I mean, it's more like the media's job is to keep us informed, you know, and the Constitution's job is for us to control the government, not vice versa. And yeah, the subsequent revelations of what that was about are just fucking horrifying. Yeah, horrifying. Yeah. I don't know what's next year. Love zombies. No, actually, I thought it was fun. What happened was I was sitting with Dave Anthony, and Dave Anthony was the director, basically creator of Black Ops. And I remember he invited me out for lunch, and we're talking about, you know, we're going to bring Woods back. He's going to come back as this badass old guy. And I said, yeah, he's in a wheelchair. And he's, you know, yeah, so it was a great moment. We had a lot of fun with the wheelchair on set, too. I shot in a wheelchair. Yeah, it was kind of great. Well, Forsberg is one of the greatest hockey players ever was. Peter Forsberg. He'll be Hall of Fame. And Lundqvist is great. Sweden, for a country of its size, has generated so many great hockey players. So many great hockey players out of Sweden. I played in Sweden a couple of times. I played. We did with a team. We toured like all over Stockholm and up. Yeah, I love Scandinavia. Right. No idea at all. I had no idea what it was. Sure, you do. You have an opinion. You're allowed to have an opinion. You can contribute because you guys go through your own, conflicts and debates. So it's kind of the same thing, you know. I did. I haven't watched it, but I heard it's pretty good. Bentley, I love. Yeah, the idea. I'm having a great night. I always have a great night. The idea is, yeah, we're gonna bump heads, but when you are able to have a conflict without having to destroy each other because you disagree, something good comes out of it. You can once you figure out how to solve the problem between you, something great. I mean, this happens on sets all the time with directors and writers and actors. you sit there and you bump heads and you say, this doesn't work here, and then you keep grinding work. Next thing you know, something happens. It solves, and what occurs is something better than anybody thought would happen. Because the more minds that come together and try to resolve the situation, find common ground. When you find that common ground, it's usually much better than the individual thoughts. I love that. Yeah. Oh, Shogun, thanks, man. I'm working on one now. I got one I just finished. I'm trying to do a video, waiting for my buddy Brock Gianna to send me some footage. If I get the footage, I can do it. It's all right, man. Look at that. It's boy is a bit could be condescending here, but don't worry about it, man. Again, words are not that dangerous unless you hurt yourself with them. Yukine. It's been about a year, right? At least a year. How are you? Good? The Dinker, man. Yeah. Sergeant Dink was in the house, man. I actually used that character for an audition last week. I hope I get the job. Oh my God, imagine if they brought Sergeant Dink Weeds in for a quick cameo or an Easter egg. Wouldn't that be great? Oh yeah, pepperoni. Yeah, well that's a whole other animal, isn't it? There's a whole world that loves Call of Duty, right? No, man, politics are good. You gotta learn to talk. You gotta learn to communicate with people who somehow you've been told not to like because some news anchor is trying to protect their market share. Believe me, you only see the worst possible Republican and the worst possible liberal, and the worst possible redneck and the worst possible transgender. They show you the worst examples and they call everybody that. They make it so disgustingly extreme that you're terrified that the nation's going down, and it's not. And that's why I think having a new conversation now is important. Don't ever stop talking. Find common ground. There's something you're going to agree. There's going to be something to agree with, always. I hope it doesn't take place next year. I really hope Black Ops is not a prophecy. Yeah, they had to. I mean, I just think that they're protecting they are protecting the franchise. They don't want to get sued. Remember Black Ops 2, Noriega sued Activision for anyways. Yeah, they're just protecting the IP, I haven't seen it yet. I am sure there's going to be holes. It's impossible. It's impossible to link all the Black Ops together. I mean, you'd have to do some real, and you have to go back and ask the people who originated it. You have to go back to the original writers, calling people who worked there, just figure, what happened here, and that's not going to happen. Oh, Zoom, 95% are done online. I think I've had maybe 2 in-person auditions this year, and those are just commercials too. Don't know. I don't know. I used to like Elton John. Great singer. I don't know anything about him anymore. Well, good. I'm glad. Are you good? I hope you're fine. Hope nothing bad's happened. I don't do much Pizza Hut. I do local shops. 13. I've been great. I have been great. I've been working a lot, started playing hockey again. I skated today, skated on Monday. Feel good. My knee feels good. And I'm just figuring out the next step. Taking a little time off. Like I say, I just did 2 movies in a row. So I wanted to kind of recharge my creative batteries. I couldn't have said it better, James. I think most people fall into the middle in the bell curve. It's just we get caught. They want us to pick one or the other when most of us live in the middle. When most of us are like, but if if you disagree with if you disagree with one thing, then you're totally associated with that. It's like the cancel culture. Somebody says something 20 years ago and now they're the devil. So that I really well said. Don't we all, brother? It's all people just calling each other names. I loathe that. The dog, how you doing? Oh, I'm sure. I mean, they took some chances. Black Ops 1. Well, if you're offended by something, instead of trying to destroy the person who said the offensive word, try to understand, why does that offend me? Why do I agree with that? If I'm offended, it means I'm agreeing with something, and I don't like the fact that you're pointing out something about me that I know that I don't like either. That's kind of what happens when we feel offended. It's like somehow we agree with it. It's deep in our core. So if something's offensive or something's fearful, then we really owe it to ourselves to dig in and try to investigate that, I think. Brother, no, you're never too young to talk about the world you live in and the way you communicate with people. You're never too young. Okay, this is, you don't want to you want to get your power as soon as you can. That means the power to communicate your thoughts and ideas in a way that lets other people hear them. That's the beauty of language. Oh yeah, they had to. There's so many things like that happening. There's so many things. No, he was around. Here's the thing: Biden didn't vanish. The coverage of Biden vanished. You understand? He was still doing his presidential stuff. He was still doing what he was doing. It's just, and this is what you got to make this distinction. And this is even when watching this, Twitter and Instagram, content is made deliberately, either just to get your attention. So the media just stopped covering Biden. He was still president. He was doing his presidential duty. And I don't disparage the guy. He was still showing up, doing what needed to be done as much as he could. It's just that nobody covered it. So he was around. It's just nobody was focusing on it. And that's where you got to put your attention. Why did CNN bail on him? Why did MSNBC bail on him? Even Fox stopped reporting him. Why? Why was that? He was still there. He didn't just vanish. They just stopped covering it. And we think because, and here we are, by your statement, it's human to think, oh, gosh, I haven't seen him on TV. He must not be relevant anymore. No, it's just that the TV stopped following him, I wrote music, man. I wrote scripts, and I worked on a lot of on the channel here. Built a house for a friend. Helped build a video game company. Did a lot. Was busy. I know exactly why it is, because it's cheaper. It's taken the entire burden of providing the audition tape off of the casting office and put it entirely onto the actor. So back in the day, you have to drive before faxes or even before internet. You had to drive to the studio, get your sides, your audition material, go home, prepare it, then bring it back in a day or two later. Do it in person in the room, and they had a reader and a camera operator, and that was the casting process. And then what they would do at the end of the day, they would sort of take all their selects, put them on a file, and send that file or that tape over to the producers or directors. Now, the actor has to do that. We have to process our own. We have to set up our own lights, get a reader, get our camera working, make sure you have a good background, shoot it, edit it, put it in the format, do other requirements, and then send it off to them, and they forward it to the producers. So they really, it's just much more cost effective for casting directors, but it's destroyed some of the real estate because there used to be maybe 500 casting offices in LA. Now that there's like 4 or 5, and that a lot of empty buildings in LA, and the agencies are that way as well. You know, I have not had a conversation on the phone with an agent or manager in a long time. It's all done by text and email. Most jobs I get are text or email. The offers come in as an email. The advantage, the upside is you get to really polish your performance, because you go in the room, sometimes you're not on, but if you're at home, you can take 100 takes and get a perfect take and send it in. So it's made it more competitive, but it's been really good for those who are willing to put the work in. Great question, by the way. Oh, Sean boy. Well, but wasn't my call, but you know, there are more things in life. Really, you're just making the rounds, aren't you? Yeah, good man. You're a good man. Oh yeah, pizza. I'm tomorrow's pizza night. I'm pepperoni. You just got me motivated. Tomorrow's pizza night. Did Zavimbi's family sue? I don't know. But even the stuff, again, why are you offended? Why does that offend me? Why does that bother me? You know, and if I can stand there and let another person just have at it and not be offended, what a gift to give to somebody. They can just mouth off, say what they say, and then once they say it without a reaction, chances are they're going to say, "Oh, wait a minute." You know, a lot of times it's just manipulation, but being offended is an opportunity to really look at yourself. As an actor, it's great. Whenever somebody says something, you let it affect you. It's kind of great because that gives you, it's a freebie, you know. Hey, Wayne TV. Yeah, I love Ricky Gervais. I love that guy. I don't know. I don't know if they hate each other. It's like a performance. You know, they're just barking out the party line. I think they're just doing what the script calls for. You know, I don't think they're just calling each other names. These people all live in this. They all swim in the same pond. They're all hanging out with money and wealthy people. I don't think there's a lot of true hatred. I just think that a lot of it is just it's like theater. Yeah, well, there's folks out there, man. I'm telling you, I'm not going to do that. I'll buy a used one. Yeah, they just stopped covering them. It just went away. The coverage just went away. I think it's very exciting. I think Elon Musk is a gift to humanity. When he speaks, he's so his logic is so quick, and he brings in elements that other people just can't even fathom right now. And I really hope he does have the power and freedom to change how governments run, because I think it's very inefficient. And we have got to get our spending in order here. We got to stop. Deficit has got to change. It's got to change. We have to strengthen the dollar. That means stop spending so much fucking money on shit we don't need. Hey, Fair, how you doing? Oh man, well listen, thank you for paying attention. It means a lot to me. Thank you. I love Johnny Cash. Love Johnny Cass. Yeah. Well, it's if you accept it, again, being called fat depends on something. It's relative, right? Um, when I feel fat, I'm still super lean. So being called fat depends on it. It's still subjective. It's not really an objective quality, but that's when you get into trouble. I call my buddy Rick fat, and he's not fat at all. He's just, it's to get him thinking about himself, and it does. But I agree. I'm pretty much in agreement with you. No, not an onion. T-bone steak at best. I like your thinking, man. Harder, easy said, hard to do. All right, Shogun, great talking to you. Get out of here. See you later. Yeah, I'm gonna kill it in about. I'll take it to 7:00. Then you can call it a night. Yeah. Again, try to look at things. Remember, everything you see in front of you when it's on Twitter, Instagram, whatever you're watching, YouTube, it's all designed to capture your attention and then convince you to buy something or convince you to do something or try to convince you to think a certain way. And and if the people who run the news only want you to see one thing, that's all you're going to see. I mean, we rarely get to see news about the world in America unless you really hunt it down. You just get little blips like what's happening in Europe, what's happening in England and Ireland, even in Brazil, right? We don't really get, unless you hunt it down, we don't get a real good view of that. You gotta go to the BBC. Then they have their own flavor of presentation of what they limit in their opinions. So remember, your most important characteristic as a human being is your attention. People are fighting for your attention. Your attention has value. Because what you put your attention on becomes your reality. So if people can capture your attention and get your focus where they want, it's like a magician, sleight of hand. They make you look over here while they're doing stuff over here. So that's how you got to look at the media. They're always distracting you and trying to get you to look away or look at something in a way that they want. I like that. I like that. Best performance, trying not to win the role. Yeah, my take on it, especially for audition purposes, is to go in and have the best experience I can have in that room, because there's so many factors that I have no control over. And all I can do is control my thoughts and my emotions in space and be present. If I can achieve that, then I had a good audition. I'm successful. The outcome, man, I can't tell you how many times I walked in and just thought I slayed it and nothing. And then other times I walked in, I thought it was the worst audition of my life, and I book it. So it's hard to say why one gets the role. So all I really have is just the experience of going in the room and really just being as present and enjoying. This is my opportunity. I'm doing my craft in front of other people or in front of a camera now, right? So that's it. Great question, by the way. Hey, Zed, how you doing? Rebellious cat. All right. 100%, man. Everything is usable. Everything is usable. Use everything, man. Yeah. I'm a goddamn orange. See, I hope that's in there. That would be funny as fuck. If he says that in man, I'm a grapefruit. I mean, that'd be, or I'm a carrot. That would be that would have been genius. That would have been genius if that was in there. Oh, that would have been genius. join the Army, take advantage of everything they put in front of you. You'll never get this time back. Just dive in and live it. Don't even think about what's home. Don't be lonely. Just go out there and absorb everything. Take every class. Just make it your life for a couple of years. The benefits go on forever. Well, the thing is, opinions are just opinions. Like, how much weight are you going to give? Because you agree with them, their opinion is more valid. It's hard to find facts, man. Facts. Unfortunately, Kamar passed away last Christmas Eve, and I wish I was. Kamar, me, and Dave Anthony usually got together like once every 3-4 months and had a big night in the town, boys. I miss him. So now Kamar is no longer with us. Adrian, it's not about your voice, man. It's about what you put underneath it, about how you say the line. Imitating someone's voice or trying to sound a certain way. It's how you put. I mean, you can be a radio announcer and just read shit. If you want to be an actor, it's about having the ability to express subtle nuance of emotion and presence. So, that's my just. I don't know. I have no advice for that. I don't know. No, you can't. No, you can't. Plutonia. I like that, Norton. Yeah, I like that. Plutonia. Been busy. I did two movies in a row. Had to knock out a few auditions, and now I'm playing hockey for a couple of weeks here just to get my brain together. Yeah. Well, I don't know what your career is, but in general, okay, there's no right way to do it. There's no wrong way. Whatever you need, it'll depend on what your responsibilities are. If you got a family, you got bills to pay, then you transition slowly to something new. If you need to have a go cold turkey, but you got some money packed away. In my advanced years, back in the day, I just quit and move on to the next thing, whether I knew what it was or not. But currently, I'm really more about slow transitions, slow arcs. If I want to change something, I'm going to keep what I got going on here until that new thing kind of evolves and becomes something that's operable. So depending on your circumstance, really. Well, maybe 10 years ago I could take that on, but right now it's just about trying not to hurt my knees when I turn to my left. I got some skills, but I'm not going to show them off. I got nothing to show off these days. Oh, good. I mean, good luck with that. Again, be careful about the crazy antics. What it's about vulnerability. It's about being connected to what you're saying. Crazy antics, in my experience for myself, are often me avoiding whatever's going on inside of me. And that's more interesting than your crazy antics. I mean, Jackass is a great show, but they're not really, it's very limiting. Because once your crazy antics define you, then you're the crazy antics guy. What you want to be, you want your authenticity. What's the thing about you that no one else has? Because it's what is truly your struggle? What is your humanity? And if you bring that forward, you probably be a lot more interesting than just somebody who has a lot of antics. I don't know. I know Gary Oldman's still alive, but Reznov, the character, I have no idea. It's arbitrary. Sure, why not? Yeah. It's like, why not? It easy to come back to life. It's a video game. Sure, why not? I love that role. Be fun. Yeah. Yeah, again, I'm not sure that's going to happen. I'm not sure that's going to happen. I did a film called, first one was called, I was in Northern Illinois for about 4 weeks, a little more. It's called Beyond Belief. I have no idea when it's coming out. And then I had another one called something about engaged to something. Sometimes I don't know. I just show up, hit my mark, say my line, and go home. Sometimes I just forget. I don't even know what I'm working on. Yeah, and I think. Can I say this? I'm in a film that's called Christmas Uncorked, and I don't know if it's out yet. So pay attention. Yeah, and that's the shit the media does, right there. That's exactly what happens. Let's see. That's the one, Plutonia. It's called Christmas Uncorked. I'll probably get in trouble for just saying that out loud. The phone will ring tomorrow. You can't talk about that. It doesn't fucking matter. I got a feeling nobody in this channel is going to watch a Hallmark movie. I'm pretty freaking sure. Now, Stork, VHS Beyond, yeah, that may get some of your attention. Right? Not a dumb question. It's a great question because playing hockey is almost identical to being. So basically, you have a shift, right? When you're playing, you have a 60-second shift. There's a beginning, a middle, and an end. And you can evaluate the success of that minute. It's a whole lifetime in 1 minute. So it's asking you to work on your presence, work on your skill, try to have your alignment. It demands a lot of it puts a lot of demands on your mind, your emotions, and your body to settle in to achieve something, right? And it's just like acting. Each take is a beginning, a middle, and an end. And there's a moment before and a moment after. So I play because it's a way for me to observe myself in life and to see, if I'm flowing, if I'm in a really good place, things just happen. I ain't got to work at all. Stuff just happens. But the minute I try to make shit happen, it all becomes hard and difficult. So it allows me to practice just being present and just kind of like see what comes, see how it being an uncarved block, so to speak. And the same reason I like being an actor. It's like I just that freedom just to see what happens next. And that's the challenge. Great question, by the way. Well, I apologize up front. Hey, Peach Jr. Yeah, just like I said, I did play a lot of Outbreak. A lot. Yeah. Yeah, well, again, that won't be me because I'm not, they brought in a new guy to play Woods, so that's not me. So they do not. No, they do not. But it doesn't matter because I'm getting paid to play hockey. To just I play. I get paid to play for a living. It's online. Somebody help Corbin out what it is. I don't know how to explain it. I've never seen it. I still haven't seen the one I'm in. So somebody help him out. I have no idea what it is. I have no idea where to find it. That was probably Jeremy Dunn. Guys, he's like a legend. Okay, so the Dankweeds really needs to be brought into the universe. Hey, Corgan, I got a lot of. I had like 5 or 6 Call of Duty songs. I do Christmas songs for Call of Duty, and that's and I just got a new one put up. It's called the Casey Do Day. It's an instrumental. So there's on the channel. There's music stuff posted on the channel. Yeah. Dankweeds, the Danker. I love the Danker. All right, so 6:55. I'm going to start closing out here. It's been a great evening with you folks. I'm glad we can do it. We'll be back probably next Wednesday again. Well, you can't kill me because you can't. And good. Like I said, let's walk away with a couple thoughts, and that is, remember, the most valuable thing you have to offer is your attention. Be careful where you put it. Study who's trying to grab your attention and for what reason. And is what they're making you look at what you really want to believe, or is it something that you should check in, make sure it's accurate? Give yourself the freedom to have conversations with people you thoroughly disagree with, because chances are they have been manipulated the same way you've probably been manipulated. And if you can put that manipulation aside, you're probably going to find there's a lot of common ground, and that's what we need to get to. And it's never a bad thing to shut up and listen to somebody and let them finish their talk, let them finish their speak, and try to understand what they're really going through. Anyways, I'm going to leave you with that. It's been a good evening. Let's see. Brandon White, good to see you. Milo, Chicken Caesar. I love it. Thanks. Don't need no man. All right, good stuff. We're 3 more minutes. Any last words? Any last shout outs here? Hi, family. Good talking to you. I told you Darwin's doing great, right? He may be on the show. He's going to start his own show, but I may get him back on maybe next week. And it's good. Hashtag dang for BO. Thanks, Hero. Appreciate it. You too. We will. It's all right. You can watch it. It's on. It's online. Oops, 6:58. 2 minutes. We are 2 minutes away. Salut. Is that salut? The Italian salut? Salut. Yeah, Gino reached out. He sent me an email. He's doing okay. He's, it's hard. He really is. I think he's past the hard part, but it's not going to go away for a long time. It's his wife. It was his wife. So he's mourning, which is what he should be doing. Yeah. Well, they're just opinions, and I'm glad you have the open mind to share them. No comment. No, I did not. He did not work. He did not work the live stuff. He just did the voiceover for us. 6:59. We're almost there. Who's out there? Brock Maggiano, you there? Colton. All right, buddy. Have a good night. Counting down. Yeah, he's not out of the woods, but I'm not, he is making progress. Yeah, I love it. It's a great ending. Yeah, pay attention to your attention. It goes like this. A thought that is given time and attention becomes a belief. A belief that we nurture, give that a time and energy, that becomes momentum. And momentum will dictate the quality of our lives. So if your momentum is not going where you want to go, it's not ascending you to a better place, then go step back. What do you believe? And then what thoughts are supporting that belief? And maybe stop thinking those thoughts. Just stop or replace that thought. When that thought comes in, use it like an alarm clock to change the way you think about things. Because you can do it. Thoughts are just things. You can stop them. And it's not like they sneak up and build up. They don't. A thought is present, then it goes away. It's like a cloud. It vanishes. It doesn't sit in the back waiting to sabotage you, okay? So Control your thoughts. Focus on what you want to think. Think about what you want to think about. Yeah. Hey, Andrew. Yeah, if I have the time to what, I don't know, I have a lot going on. I'll be back here next Wednesday. Wednesday. It's going to be, for now on, it's going to be 5 or 5:30 Wednesday nights. That'll be my new time until further notices. Every Wednesday at 5:30. Yeah. And so I'm going to call it. And so, haters, batshit. Woods is out. Have a great night.